without a crystal ball. Yes.
Snooty, bratty, and some people just don't really like her because they find her insufferable because she just sort of ignores all common sense and logic and is living in a bubble, in a world of she knows everything and everyone has to learn from her. There's consequences for speech sometimes, you know, it happens. So the reason why I bring this up is because people have some opinions.
Some things are not meant for fucking YouTube, especially low functioning people that don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. You're gonna wait a second while I take a fucking sip of water.
Bad bitch contest, she in first place.
So, let me tell you something.
You always want to verify. That can ruin your credibility.
I took a week off because I had to decompress from the stress of this story and the stress of this cult.
Baby, come back. You're like a fool to me. Something there about you. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong and I just can't live without you. I'm sorry, Katie girl. I didn't mean to do you that way. Please come back to me, girl. Is there any merch of Katie's that I could pimp? Does Katie have merch so I could pimp some Katie merch?
Because I'm not going to put out content that, one, is false. I'm not going to defame or slander anyone. And I'm certainly not going to put out anything that I can't verify. So if I don't sign NDAs with anyone, that in and of itself feels very problematic to me. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of any legal issues. I'm not going to sign NDAs, just so you know, with people that want to be sources. That's just so weird. You always want to verify because that can ruin your credibility.
Who are Phil Fox and Date McGowan? According to Todd Chrisley's tweet tonight, they have a goldmine of information against Katie.
Phil Fox
I had
and
no idea.
Dale McGowan both worked for Pathos. They both did work for Pathos.
Pretty nondescript.
The people you're talking about from Pathos, like their names, that's their names, Phil Fox and Dale McGowan?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Phil Fox was the guy that she had a very nasty email exchange with right before she quit, was fired, whatever. She showed me the emails. There were nasty words flung back and forth between the two of them. It was very contentious. He really was going after her hard towards the end. She would write him and complain because that's all she did the entire time she was at Pathos was complain. No telling what the two of them could say.
Yeah, did she? I don't know if she wrote about Todd Chrisley during Pathos.
She did.
I don't know if
she had several pieces up. One of them was the first time that she made allegations about her sexuality.
The gossip is not fun. There's nothing fun to me about gossiping about petty things that are irrelevant. When I'm spending my time and energy really dealing with the nitty-gritty of this, not dealing with the gossip, it's very hard when I see comments and it seems so petty to me. And it's very hard for me to cover this topic because I'm not dealing with as much of the gossip. It's about this cult. We're not talking about just the Duggars. There are 1,000 Josh Duggars in this cult. There are thousands of Jill, Jessa, Gingers, and Joys that we don't know about. They're invisible. Because they don't have social security cards. Their parents have never brought them to the doctor. They have no one in their lives that know them. They're hidden. They live rural in Texas. They are being abused right now as we speak. It's incredibly important for child victims to not be assigned as victims if they're not a victim. For me to think about just really petty things or stupid shit like, is Anna pregnant again? It's just not going to interest me. Everyone thinks she looks pregnant. All of the child advocacy groups will agree with me on this and tell that journalism and journalists are not supposed to harm child victims. And so I'm not going to talk about a victim or a non-victim and speculate. It's inappropriate. I can't reveal like how I know that Tati and James Westbrook like effectively told James Charles to reach out to me. I just know it because of how I was told and who told me. I was outing my sources as though I was breaking a trust.
Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about. Your right to privacy, the limits of your right to privacy, and how much you give away in modern America in the name of, quote, connecting people around the world.
I want to be clear that James Charles was never my source, has never been my source, and until that day, I had no relationship with him. I legit reached out to him and I was just like, you need to be careful. You literally should not be connected to this woman. She completely used you. He was not someone that I was given tips from. He hasn't given me any tips since. We have only exchanged a few things. She's using you to get her narrative fixed. She's using you to clean up her messes. She's using you. And I haven't really heard from him since. I am so betrayed. I don't have any friends. I can't trust anyone. So I'd appreciate if people would tone that down. It's not happening. Anyways, if you guys are gonna continue watching all of this, that's fine. I get it. But at the same time, just please chill out. Yeah, I mean, I think uncivil and Nate can be pretty fair, correct? So just remember that when you're watching a commentator who's a lawyer, it doesn't mean that they're the expert, especially if they're not licensed in the state or have federal permission to practice in federal court. There's so many nuances that come with this. They're not the authorities.
And when the coppers can't handle it, they call in this special branch called the FB. Aight? I lean the FB, I lean the FB, boom! I lean the FB, I lean the FB, boom! So what actually is the FB?
The FBI is the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. It's about 80 years old.
They are just a lawyer telling you what they think, right? They're not anything more than that. I'm just here to say that I totally lost a track because Emily was like, Katie, you're a drama channel. It's fine. Just embrace it.
Well, when you're in a lawsuit and the lawsuit contains an aspect, like a business that you're fighting over, if they have a business that they're fighting over, a lot of times the people will remove themselves either from the business or they will just reduce their income liability. So we'll have to figure it all out. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, we'll have to figure it all out. I don't even know. I'm just dumbfounded.
I don't know. I don't think, I mean, it's expensive to have any sort of representation. Like, you know, obviously I have an attorney, and they're expensive. Publicists are expensive.
Cheers.
Okay, so far so good. I am fucking baked. Shouldn't have taken 2 hits.